A record carved in trembling ink warns of the night when the Black Tortoise Celestial Palace glided past suns like a drifting dream, its treasures shimmering against the vast celestial river. Laughter echoed from within its walls, celebrating the honored dead, yet shadows moved in tandem with mirth. In recap, Tales of Hurting Gods, Chapter 1087, 1088, Son of Heaven Yin weaves deception with a paper man, bending the drunken Prince You Ming toward the Glassy Sky Pagoda. But fate's hand trembles, for two formidable figures arrive, the fat princess of South Deity and Dragon Mountain Sanren, their power shattering illusions in space itself. As devilish aura blooms and bodies vanish, the fragile line between triumph and disaster thins. What price will be paid for the coveted Glassy Sky Pagoda, and who will claim dominion in the storm that follows? The Black Tortoise Celestial Palace drifted northward, tracing the celestial river, its form slowly retreating from the distant heavens. The star-strewn sky shimmered like molten silver, and the palace glided past radiant suns dotting the river's edge. Their brilliance danced across the void, painting a scene of sublime beauty that could stir even the coldest heart. The celestial army made no pursuit, leaving the palace to its own devices. The Glassy Sky Pagoda, too luminous and rare to risk, was secured within the numinous Sky Hall, its wards reinforced by vigilant guardians. Inside, the Black Tortoise Celestial Palace erupted in renewed celebration, honoring the spirits of those who had fallen. Stars and moons blazed outside, mingling with the radiance of treasure scattered through the palace, creating a spectacle of neon-like brilliance that captivated all who beheld it. Laughter spilled from the halls, crossing the celestial river, rousing the Dragon Kings to dispatch scouts in wary investigation. Prince You Ming, naive and unsuspecting, succumbed to the intoxicating ploys of Son of Heaven Yin. Witnessing this, the Dragon Qilin and Yanner's eyes narrowed in alarm. They knew the time would soon come for Son of Heaven Yin to strike at the Glassy Sky Pagoda. Revelry continued unabated as Prince You Ming sank deeper into drunken stupor. Son of Heaven Yin, with a sly grin, slung the prince's elbow over his shoulder and stepped into the night, murmuring in his inebriated haze, "I'll send the prince to rest." The Dragon Qilin and Yanner followed silently, unseen, as Son of Heaven. Yin affixed a paper talisman to Prince You Ming's back once they were away from the celebrations. Another talisman was placed upon himself, yet the prince wavered but did not collapse. His movements mirrored Son of Heaven Yin's as if guided by unseen threads of fate. "Hey, Tao brother," Son of Heaven Yin whispered with a roguish smile. "You sequestered the Glassy Sky Pagoda within the numinous Sky Hall, guarded and protected. Yet if I slip within and claim it, would the North Deity truly know?" He laughed softly. "It is better that you hand it over yourself. I shall flee with it and lay blame upon Dragon Mountain Sanren and that lady." Calming his heart and spirit, Son of Heaven Yin drew down another paper man, kneeling to place it upon the ground before exhaling upon it. The tiny effigy moved forward, and Prince You Ming, compelled, followed shakily toward the hall. The paper man mirrored the prince's motions, leading him to the threshold of the numinous Sky Hall. The guardians of the Glassy Sky Pagoda saw the prince approach and inclined in respect. The paper man waved. Prince You Ming obediently mirrored the gesture. Son of Heaven Yin instructed the paper man to remain and guard the hall while he celebrated. Repeating the words, the paper man prompted Prince You Ming to echo them, astonishing the hall's guardians, who saluted him and departed for the ongoing festivities. Guided by the paper man, Prince You Ming advanced, the path clear before him. Excitement surged through Son of Heaven Yin, tempered by discipline, as he commanded the paper man to extend its arms around the pagoda. Prince You Ming, bound by mystical compulsion, did the same. Moments later, the prince staggered out, clutching the Glassy Sky Pagoda. And Son of Heaven. Yin's heart leapt with triumph, yet peril arrived like a sudden gale. Two formidable auras surged forth, flanking him before he could react, forcing him to expel a mouthful of blood. To his left was the self-proclaimed 350-kilogram princess of South Deity. To his right, Dragon Mountain Sanren, draped in 6 heavenly dragons. Both radiated the might of the numinous sky realm, and the princess's cultivation likely eclipsed even Dragon Mountain Sanren and Son of Heaven Yin combined, for she sent them both hurtling away. Son of Heaven Yin, though peak of the numinous sky realm, found himself trapped, the Emperor's throne realm beyond reach. The Dragon Hand era had spanned 400,000 years, and fewer than 10 mortals had ever attained the Emperor's throne realm in the 600,000-year history of the Celestial Palace realm. Ambushed, wounded, and wholly devoted to manipulating Prince You Ming through the talisman trick, he was at a severe disadvantage. Yan'er, blessed with green dragon and vermilion bird bloodlines, disciple of celestial venerable Yue, skilled in South Deity vermilion bird arts, loomed as a threat no mortal could match. Her reluctance to fully cultivate the paths of these divine arts had kept her from ascending to the Emperor's throne realm, but devouring several ancient gods had amplified her power far beyond previous limits. Son of Heaven Yin was hurled into the air as the princess spun like a tempest. Space around her crystallized into a mirror, and the reflection of all was shattered. His corporeal form and primordial spirit fractured under her divine art, one surpassing even celestial venerable Yu's machinations, threatening to dissolve his very soul. Dragon Mountain Sanren, mark my vengeance. He bellowed, body sinking as devilish aura rolled forth, sprouting a dark, malignant flower from the earth. His form splintered as the flower bloomed, 3 to 5 feet tall, dispersing a fiendish aura until all trace of Son of Heaven Yin vanished. Yan'er arrived, witnessing only the dissipation of his aura. The dragon Qilin, encircled by 6 heavenly dragons, came to a halt, pained and astonished. They hastened to Prince You Ming, who, still clutching the Glassy Sky Pagoda in slumber, bore the talisman upon his back. Yan'er attempted to relieve him of the treasure, but his grip was unyielding. The dragon Qilin summoned the Grand Primordium Divine Stone from Qin Mu, employing the great overarching supreme consciousness, whispering to Prince You Ming, "Here lie soft cloud beds. You cherish slumber in the clouds. You are weary. Hug them as a tender blanket." His consciousness entwined with the prince's, and the boy released the pagoda, collapsing backward. Yan'er caught him, laying him gently upon the ground, and claimed the Glassy Sky Pagoda. "Let us depart." Voices clamoring thief erupted around them. The dragon Qilin's eyes darkened. "We cannot flee in time. The treasure itself shall shield us." Yan'er shook the Glassy Sky Pagoda, summoning fog, wind, and thunder. A dense mist enveloped the Black Tortoise Celestial Palace, the tempest of air and sound masking the chaos of shouts. The dragon Qilin soared into the sky, bearing Yan'er alongside him, leaving the palace shrouded and hidden in the storm. With the aid of the Glassy Sky Pagoda, the dragon Qilin and Yan'er swiftly slipped from the Black Tortoise Celestial Palace alongside the 6 heavenly dragons. The mist still clung to the palace like a silken veil, hiding its grandeur from their view. The dragon Qilin and Yan'er bore the Glassy Sky Pagoda with reverent joy, their hooves and feet dancing upon the air as if carried by celestial winds. Around them, the 6 heavenly dragons circled, singing and weaving through the currents of the celestial river, their spirits unusually buoyant at the sight of the supreme treasure. Abruptly, the dragon Qilin halted, a shadow crossing his noble countenance. "We seem to be short one. By the heavens, Cult Master remains within the Black Tortoise Celestial Palace." The group fell silent, gazes meeting in stunned acknowledgement. The 6 heavenly dragons coughed uneasily, glancing about, before a low, disjointed whistle arose. Yan'er stamped her foot with impatience. "We schemed to best Son of Heaven Yin and seize the treasure, yet we neglected young Master. He is grievously wounded, unable even to stir his consciousness. What shall we do?" The dragon Qilin's brow furrowed, pacing with a measured tension. The Glassy Sky Pagoda was meant to safeguard Cult Master in his plight. Now, treasure in hand, we have forsaken him. A young heavenly dragon's soft whisper broke the momentary tension. "Cease whistling. I am near my limit." Silence returned, and all hovered upon the celestial river. Beneath their feet, a massive black fish slid through the waters with leisurely grace, emitting a low, uncanny cry. "Cult Master will endure." The dragon Qilin's gaze fixed on the distant Black Tortoise Celestial Palace, noting the stir of figures streaming forth. "He has ever been cunning, tending to us while we lingered in concern. Let us depart, he shall manage on his own." Yan'er and the 6 heavenly dragons nodded in solemn accord. They vanished into the celestial expanse with swift haste. "Have you delivered the dragon blood treasure tree to Cult Master?" "Yes." "And the lantern upon it?" "Yes." Good, should peril strike, he may yet rekindle the lantern and return to the ghost ship. In the Jade capital city, within the guest chamber, Chinmu perceived a commotion beyond the door, puzzlement knitting his brows. Could it be Long Pi and Yanner, pilfering the Glassy Sky Pagoda? Time stretched, and he muttered in disbelief. Why do they tarry still? At last, realization struck him with a bitter pang. After seizing the Glassy Sky Pagoda, they abandoned me. Heartless indeed. He remained powerless. To step forth would brand him a thief, sealing any recourse. Prince You Ming, roused from intoxicated slumber, discovered the Glassy Sky Pagoda gone, his cry echoing through the halls. Who dares steal it? Learning the culprits were Dragon Mountain Sanren and a princess of the South Deity's line. His shock deepened into silence. Recovering, he commanded, cease the pursuit, return to the Celestial Palace. Though the treasure is precious, the lives of our people outweigh it. We shall hasten to the North Pole. No further delay may be tolerated. As his followers guided the Celestial Palace northward along the river, Prince You Ming's heart throbbed with sorrow, for the treasure forged by his parents' lifetime of effort, rage seared him. That cursed pair! Chinmu remained still, adjusting the light, channeling his Overlord Body 3 elixir technique, and employing the Grand Primordium Origin Stone to restore his peak vigor. During this period, winged serpent goddesses swept through the chamber, and Chinmu, cautious, concealed his consciousness. Night illuminated the room, drawing the wary, yet none could trace the light's origin, lending the chamber a haunted reputation. After 10 days, his consciousness steadied, the primordial liquid nearly spent. Gazing inward, he beheld his reborn corporeal form, muscles like carved jade, blood rich and potent, chi and vitality flourishing. Subtle movements caused his body to glow, nearly 2,000 ancient god apparitions manifesting, Tao rhythms weaving around him. Big Senior Brother's vision is boundless, such wealth of primordial liquid for my reconstruction, he marveled. In daily cultivation, I dare only a drop. He employed an entire cauldron to perfect my corporeal form. His spirit embryo divine treasure radiated brilliance anew. The reconstructed sun, moon, and stars shone brighter than before, the sky a mirrored expanse with countless stars. Yudu remained dim, elusive in depth. Every celestial palace gleamed, Tao rhythms flowing leisurely yet harmoniously, gathering into a symphony of great Tao with myriad marvels. Vital chi surged like conflagration across plains or floods, engulfing heaven and earth. His consciousness, though not greatly expanded, had hardened in resilience. Chinmu exhaled, withdrawing consciousness from the dragon blood treasure tree, stepping to the window to gaze beyond. Daylight bathed the world. He drew the dragon blood treasure tree and lantern to the heart of his brows, storing them within the Chin wordland, then opened the door to depart. With the Celestial Emperor's demise, the Celestial Venerables will contend for his body. I must see for myself and meet Celestial Venerable Yun. He ascended to the top of the Celestial River, witnessing the torrent below. A dragon-headed black turtle bore the palace northward, the very Prince You Ming. Chinmu laughed, his voice carrying like a bell through the river winds. Prince You Ming, do you recognize Mu Qing? The black turtle slowed, startled. Mu Qing? Is it Celestial Venerable Mu? Chinmu inclined in greeting. Indeed, pursued by foes, I sought refuge in your treasure hall to mend injuries. Forgive my unannounced arrival. Prince You Ming's heart leapt with respect. Celestial Venerable, no blame is due. Indeed, I must call you master. Without your teachings, I would not stand here today. Permit me to host you within the Celestial Palace, that I may show due hospitality. Chinmu shook his head. My enemy is formidable. I cannot risk your treasure hall. I will not endanger you. Prince You Ming queried, hesitant. May I ask who your enemy is? The Grand Emperor, Chinmu replied, his tone somber. You may not know him yet, but upon your return to North Deity, his origin will be explained. A pause lingered before Prince You Ming spoke again. Celestial Venerable, having lost my family treasure, I hope you might stay a while longer and intercede for me before my parents, sparing me punishment. Chinmu smiled enigmatically. Prince, my presence could bring peril. I shall intercede for you another time. Yielding, Prince You Ming escorted him from the Black Tortoise Celestial Palace, waving as he departed. Celestial Venerable, do not forget to plead for me.